Super Saturday for women's college basketball here in the American. An in-state foe, Charlotte and East Carolina. Their first years in the American, they're fighting for a top 4 spot in the league. ECU's won 4 or 5. Charlotte has dropped 4 or 5. And both programs want to get back on a winning note. Welcome inside Minji's Coliseum for a raucous environment with Amanda Poole. I'm EvanBudrovich. 2 in-state teams, 2 great guard play. Amanda, what makes this rivalry so intense?
I think because it's personal, and it's been a while. These 2 teams haven't played each other since 2019, which was 4 years ago, 5 years ago at that, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it's personal for these teams because, as it is, it's a rivalry game. Elite
guard play led for Charlotte with Deja Lawrence, a top 10 scorer in the American. How does Deja propel the 49ers today?
Yeah, Deja has been doing it all. She just reached a career milestone, over 1,000 points scored for her, and she's got great confidence with the ball. The redshirt junior, this guard play is going to be insane from her, and she can shoot it. She'll be doing a little bit of everything on both ends of the court for her team.
When Lawrence scores 20 or more, Charlotte's undefeated in the conference. The record not as good when she's not scoring at a high clip. Same for the senior Danae McNeil of East Carolina. What can she do to help the Pirates today?
Yeah, Danae, the Swansea, South Carolina native, the Clemson transfer a couple years ago. She's been able to do a little bit of everything, a little more size on her, 6 foot. She's number 20 in ECU history in scoring, so they'll look for her to have offensive spark tonight.
McNeil's been electric, 20 in 5 of her last 6 games. And Kim McNeil noted, we go as quickly as Danae takes us offensively.
And that's how it is for both of these teams. They both have this guard that goes with the team, and I'm excited to see that battle out here.
McNeil and Lawrence, 2 all-conference caliber guards. And right now in the American, it is a red-hot race for first. The big key, get in the top 4, and you get a double bye in the tournament. So, Amanda, how important is this game for ECU and Charlotte today chasing UAB?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it right now on our screen, how close this is. Charlotte dropping a tough one against FAU earlier this week, and every game matters, especially with only a handful left in this home stretch.
First meeting in 5 years, 37th all time. And as 2 teams go in opposite directions coming in, the Charlotte program, Kara Consuegra put it best, learning how to win after a tough loss Wednesday to FAU. And East Carolina had the week off with a bye. They're fully rested entering today.
Not just learning how to win, but learning how to win in the moments that matter in those close games, which they did in overtime against Temple.
Meadow Overstreet, our lead ref, gets us started. And that ball swatted out of bounds. So it's East Carolina basketball. Here's Kim McNeil starting 5, brought to you by Grady White Boats. We noted McNeil with her 20 points a game, but the development of Tatiana Weish, she's averaged 9 or 10 points in her last 4 games.
She's got 21 blocks this season, 18 steals. She's a defensive threat as well, not only just crashing the boards.
Karina Gordon, the freshman, runs the point for this ECU offense. They score 65 a game, and an early foul on Lawrence. Look at that immediate matchup, McNeil versus Lawrence on this end.
This was the matchup I was excited to see, and we're already seeing it take shape.
No player has scored 30 more this year than McNeil. And Lawrence has 10 games of 20 or more. She's electric as well. There's Morgan Mosley left alone. Charlotte defensively only surrenders 63 points a game. Strong on this end. Mosley left open. Misses her first 3. Rebound Tracy Houston, the Pitt transfer. Here's Kara Consuegra starting 5. Houston's a beast down low, nearly 10 rebounds a game. And Consuegra noted needed 3-point shooting from Busick today, Amanda.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have one person do it all. We were talking about these amazing guards, but they're going to need help, especially with how tough ECU's defense is going to be. Consuegra talking about how hard it's been to play against a zone, and that's exactly what ECU does best.
Early foul on Karina Gordon defensively, the true freshman. Charlotte as a team, they get to the free throw line a ton, over 20 attempts per game. Now they've struggled making those free throws. 5th overall in the league in shooting, and now a 5-second violation. That's that pressure from ECU defensively.
Yeah, when you think of forced turnovers, they lead the nation, or sit atop of the nation in forced turnovers, and those are some of the turnovers you see where it's the 5-second calls. It's not just a steal here and there.
Number 1 priority for Kara Consuegra today was ball security. Weish holding on to it. Maya Joyner comes off the bench for the Pirates today. She's a 10-point-a-game scorer, so where's the offense coming from? And a miss for Talia Weish, the twin sister of Tatiana. Charlotte in transition. Deflected in the steal. Here's Gordon, 3-on-1. Nice look to McNeil, and she takes it. That's an element of this offense, Amanda, playing in transition.
ECU's defense powers their offense. Those quick transition buckets, this game could get out of hand if Charlotte can't keep up.
Third in the country and forcing just over 25 turnovers a game. But Kim McNeil said we have to be better scoring on those turnovers as well. Houston down low, deflected pass, and that goes the other way. How has the activity of the Pirates been on this end?
It's been a little bit suffocating, and it's leading to these steals and what we're seeing right now, a quick transition bucket. Not only is the defense doing its thing, but ECU is getting back and getting out.
Pirates had 23 points off turnovers in a big win at Wichita State last Sunday. Have won 4 of 5 thanks to their staggering defense, and McNeil comes up short. Busick the board. JC wants to run it. All the way to the bucket, and McNeil having none of it. Good activity there defensively.
They can run the floor. ECU can run the floor and keep up. And what a swat. What a swat from that. She was wanting that the whole way down. She's had a little something too. Definitely a rivalry game. I can feel it.
When you bring the bad hors d'oeuvres to the Super Bowl party, you get sent out. McNeil known for her steals, top 5 in the country. Not a big shot blocker, but that's a growing presence. Active hands. Nice ball, Lawrence, and she's stripped on the way up. So, Amanda, that's 3 turnovers in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, but ECU hasn't been able to make something happen on the offensive side. They're going to need to make a couple buckets here.
McNeil, the second leading scorer in this conference behind Mia Moore of UAB, both at 19 a game. You see Charlotte begging Weish to shoot. So McNeil under 10, gets to the lane and splits 3, but airballs it. Now it's Kiana Rembert, a point guard in high school. She's got great ball handles. Steps through and a block for Weish.
Charlotte just getting denied each time they try to enter that paint.
Where does the offense come here if you're ECU, Amanda? What are you looking for?
Well, Charlotte wants them to take that outside shot, but ECU is going to try to dive it in, and with this pressure they're seeing, they could go baseline or short corner, or nice little post move and draw the foul.
There's Weish earning her first free throws.
Let's take a look at this block earlier. Big step, but swatted down. Weish says no. No, thank you.
The Weish sisters combined for 9 blocks in that win at Wichita. It was a staggering post play. Kara Consuegra, who's built a dynamic program here at Charlotte, Conference Coach of the Year in the CUSA 2 years ago, and she noted with that team, 25 wins, they learned how to win games late, saying that this year's team's still learning to win despite a good start in conference.
Yeah, she said that this past week they were kind of in a mental fog. She blamed it on their preparation for the game. 3 games in a week versus ECU having a bye week. Definitely a different type of mental preparation for this week.
You go from a double overtime win over Temple to a disappointing loss at home Wednesday to FAU. And now the real test, the most active defensive team in the league. Houston's pass deflected. More hands in the lane and another steal. That's 4 forced turnovers. And
that's great help defense, the way that ECU covers each other's backs.
Oh, and then Gordon kicked it off her leg. Options. Nice ball to Lawrence. Whoa, huge rejection, Weish. And she's fouled. Amanda, this defensive intensity, great for ECU early.
Charlotte's coming up against a wall down there when they're trying to score under the basket. ECU really wants to force them to take some longer shots. They're not going to let them have anything easy in the paint right there. Weish.
You don't say many one-on-2 opportunities advantage defense. But Weish has a couple of early blocks for the Pirates. She had 7 blocks Sunday. Little 2-man game with the twin sisters, one of 10 sets of twins in the country, all Division I. Tough move, Tatiana, and banks it in.
gets the big block, comes back, and gives the advantage to ECU.
This has been a defensive clinic. These teams are a combined 2 of 10 shooting to start this rivalry matchup. First year in the American for Charlotte. Porter gets help. Miss on the 3 and a loose ball to Leah Weish. Thank goodness one has long hair and one has short.
I was going to say, I wonder if they try to throw teams off like that.
McNeil attracting the switch on Porter. So Talia spins. Lovely move in the lane. And a timeout, Charlotte. What a dynamic start for East Carolina.
Yeah, what a great start. Defense is what we thought we were going to see, and that's exactly what ECU did.
You know, as a female, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do something. You know, as I was coming up through the ranks of trying to become a head coach, and I was told, you know, you have to make a choice. You can't be a mother, and you can't be, successful in the working world. And, I didn't want to be denied. Like, I knew I could do both. So, have that drive, have that passion, and have that no quit mentality that no one can ever hold you back from obtaining your dreams.
A chance to honor female role models here in Greenville, North Carolina. Kim McNeil, the reigning coach of the year in the conference. And how about a day like this to celebrate women's sports and Kim as a role model for these women today?
And now more than ever, Kim McNeil talking about who she looks up to, and it's Dawn Staley, the head coach of South Carolina women's basketball. And now's the day and age where women's basketball is at its finest, and I'm here for it. All-time TV ratings. Of course, South Carolina came here to Greenville back in late December. And right now, the Pirates are off to a great start. 6 turnovers, 3 blocks. They've been active defensively, Amanda. Yeah, 2 steals, 3 blocks, like you said. They're really making Charlotte try to earn any bucket, any attempt they can on offense.
Holding Charlotte to more turnovers than shots attempted. You don't see that very often in basketball. Smith looks to change it. Rembert trapped. Lawrence gets it off.
Tough shot.
That's no good. Loose ball, rebound Busick. Kick out, open 3. Porter no good, and the player's still down for Charlotte. And now an injury timeout. Looks like got hit in the face there. Chance for the athletic training staff to take a look. We'll watch this one more time. And that's Amani Smith down there, the Georgia product from Gulf Coast State. Officials will review here if any flagrant needs to be called. Looks like Amani's back up. That's great news. And speaking to Girls and Women's in Sports Day celebrated here today, Amanda, to think about not only these coaches, both female, but these players as role models for young women all over the state.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we got one right next to us, too, who we'll introduce a little bit later on. But it's just women to look up to who are trying to do something special. They're inspiring. I know Charlotte's head coach, Conswiger, is saying that, you know, they're inspiring people every time they step out onto the court, and that's why it's just as important to be good people off the court as well.
And Kara was an All-American in Iowa, and she noted the role of Caitlin Clark in women's basketball, right? You think of elite players and then elite personalities as these officials have come to a decision.
And you've seen the league grow. I mean, on the professional level, the WNBA adding another team out there in California. Exciting things on the horizon.
Vegas Aces, the reigning champs. Kelsey Plum, such a great player.
Awesome. Asia Wilson, such a great player.
And Caitlin Clark may break Plum's scoring record in the next
Plum's
couple of weeks.
okay with it.
And she talked about the mental health challenges behind that. Elite women's basketball here. And Maya Joyner, an all-conference forward for the Pirates, has checked in. McNeil cooking early with 4 quick points.
That's a tough shot, a little pull-up jumper. Looked pretty.
Active hands as Lawrence dribbles through. Tough start for Deja Lawrence, 0-3 shooting. And remember, when Charlotte does not get 20 points or more from Lawrence, they're 1-5 in the league. Good pressure by Lawrence. This may help the offense. Deja to the bucket. Whoa, missed the layup. And now a jump ball. Nice hands by Rembert to keep possession. You don't see this very often from an elite scorer like Deja Lawrence.
This ECU defense is no joke, though. I mean, clearly they're rattled. It's a rivalry game.
Lawrence
they're on the
grew
road.
up here in Greenville.
Yep.
Spent her elementary school days and then moved to Charlotte as a middle school kid. She has 10-plus family and attendance coming for this game. You got to imagine some emotions playing a factor. As Lawrence misses another layup. Here's McNeil. The self-proclaimed scoring queen of Greenville right now. And she's a bit short. Gets her board. What a time to Miller. Also dishing out the rock, Danae McNeil.
I love a player who follows their shot, and then she was unselfish with the putback, handing it off to a wide open player there.
It's not just 20 points a game for McNeil. You had the assist to that as well.
That's what you need in your guard, an elite guard. They view assists as points.
Charlotte has not scored a point in this basketball game. And let's check out McNeil one more time after the Weish foul.
I don't even know if it was a no-look assist. It was very, very quick. Yeah, no look. I love it.
If that was Patrick Mahomes, it'd be on TikTok in like 5 seconds. Today, McNeil, though, 5 assists on Sunday. Her vision as a passer, that was a great play. Charlotte needs a bucket here. Jewel Watkins backs it out. What did Kara Conswager say this week? Zone defense has given our team trouble.
With the zone, you have to attack the baseline in the short corner, but they're getting denied when they enter.
Lawrence enters with 5. Great kick out. Busick back to her. Another 3 on the buzzer. Deja Lawrence, welcome back to Greenville.
This could be exactly what she needs and the team needs. A little offensive spark from her beautiful shot.
Studying her master's here at Charlotte, but grew up in Greenville. A lot of emotion for Lawrence today. Weish left alone. And a nice start for both Weish sisters. That's 8 combined points. So it takes Charlotte almost 8 minutes to score its first points. A team that came in top 5 in the league at scoring, just under 70. Here's Lawrence. She's the elite scorer. No room to operate. Whoa, the bank is open. Okay, there's 5 quick ones.
That shot was not supposed to go in.
Now a fight for the boards and a foul on Rembert. Okay, take me through the shooting mindset here at Deja Lawrence.
I mean, she faced 3 ECU defenders up there at the top of the key, but she was determined, somehow getting around, put it up on one leg.
If that's a game of horse,
there for a reason.
I'm putting HORS,
Yeah.
because Lawrence is hitting some incredible shots. As Danae McNeil will exit to end this first quarter, Bobby Smith will enter at the guard position. Kaya Miller, the true freshman guard for Kim McNeil. 3 underclassmen on the floor right now for the Pirates. Gordon guarded tightly. Weish into the double. Houston, nice shot block. And a loose ball to the Pirates. Joyner and Gordon traveled. Much better defense there from Charlotte.
I think Charlotte needed a couple points to help motivate themselves on defense.
And it's a Charlotte team that's hit a tough stretch here in February. Started the league at 5-2, but those 4 losses have all been because of lack of offense. Team has struggled to score in the last month. Here's Lawrence. She has 5 quick ones. Looks for 7, and there you go. Difficulty at an all-time high. Is this a game of NBA Street or what?
I mean, Consuegra says that Lawrence is a confident player, and we're seeing that with the shot takes she's choosing.
Her last 3 buckets, you don't draw those up in practice.
No.
And then Joyner does the same, her first points. The nearby native of Farmville, North Carolina. Clock down to 12 for Porter. Active hands, Miller. And a loose ball. Who's the foul on? It's against Charlotte. And the effort and the intensity of East Carolina, that's played a factor in this first quarter.
The dead balls don't get dead until you've got 5 players jumping on that ball. The effort's there, the intensity's there, and we knew it was going to be with a rivalry game and such a defensive game.
During this 5-game stretch, not only 4 wins, but holding opponents on average under 60 points. That's been a staple for Kim McNeil.
And it's not even just stopping shots, but it's forcing teams to take shots they're not comfortable with. And that's what we've seen here early on with Charlotte. But Lawrence, doesn't matter if she's uncomfortable. She can knock them down.
6 forced turnovers. And now free throws here for Kaya Miller. This is a Pirates team that was 2-3 entering late January, and Kim McNeil said we spent a lot of time focusing on defense, not worrying about how to score, but how to stop people. Here's some good defense. There's a heave, intercepted, and a foul. Oh, Tracy Houston will now send the Pirates to the free throw line. Amanda, I don't know if you can do that if you're Charlotte. You got to avoid that type of foul, right?
I get you're going for the ball. There's 2 seconds left, though. You got to be aware of the clock. I mean, you're going to smash into another body like that. That's going to be a foul.
And with 0.8 seconds, I mean, I get it if you catch and turn. That just seems difficult for either team to make something happen.
And for an ECU team that's been great on the free throw line so far today.
The officials reviewing the clock, and they're going to rule this on-court foul. So no free throws.
What do you do with 0.8 seconds, Evan?
Crazy enough, there's actually been 3 half-court shots made in this arena this year.
All right.
Let's see if a 4th's in store. Joyner, that's off! Joyner, just short. And we have 2 stars playing here offensively, Amanda.
This is what we predicted, and this is what we are seeing. Lawrence able to make anything from the court, it seems, even with this incredible ECU defense.
You got your pick.
We call it drive. The unrelenting desire to become the person you were born to be. Ignited by a moment. The realization that a future you could only dream of is within reach. At East Carolina University, you won't just imagine a path. You'll forge one through hard work and the success that comes without surrender. The journey that leads to your future. And this is where it begins.
Season, 7 teams within 1 game of first place, and 8 are all in the conversation. Man, in a league like this, in a game like this, how important is this matchup for ECU and Charlotte?
It's huge, especially for Charlotte coming off a tough loss against FAU, previously proving themselves against Temple in double overtime. And now they've got East Carolina, a rivalry game that they haven't played since 2019. A lot's on the line, and it's a road game, a very tough environment.
You've had 4 different teams in first place in the last 3 weeks. It's been up and down in this conference. And the Pirates dominant so far, forcing 6 turnovers. And then Weiss down low heads back to the free throw line. What's been clicking for ECU early in this game?
I think it's the way they've been able to move the ball. Charlotte's defense hasn't really given them enough problems. ECU has had 5 assists compared to Charlotte's 1. They've also been able to use their defense to push their offense, getting some quicker buckets, but Charlotte having trouble getting their offense going.
And that defensive intensity, that carried through last Sunday. Weiss with the double-double. Not only winning by 20, but look at the points off turnovers, plus 19. Today, they're only plus 2, but it feels like they've been really active with those turnovers.
Those points, I mean, that's a game right there. That's the difference in the game.
In this game, the difference is free throws. 4-6 for the Pirates. Charlotte yet to attempt a free throw. And the Niners came in top 20 in the country in shooting free throw attempts. Oh, good move, breaking down the defense. There's Fatou Diakite.
With that zone, you have to attack it early, and that's exactly what she did, able to find a lane and take it.
Fatou at Ivory Coast, good bench presence. Now Joyner tests her down low. Good defense and out of bounds. A foul here on Weiss. That's Talia's foul. The over and back, her second.
I think Joyner wanted a foul. Very physical down there.
We mentioned those rivalries, the in-state matchup. You can feel a sense of physicality throughout this game.
Well, especially because both coaches was telling us, you know, these players have played with each other, against each other, grew up with each other. We've already talked about a couple Greenville natives, so it is personal.
Bobby Smith, recruited by both programs. You see the ties coming together. There's a turnover for Fatou. 8 turnovers now for Charlotte. How do they settle the basketball down?
I think that starts with Deja Lawrence. They've been able to find offense with her and get the ball in her hands for her to create something, and I think that starts with her.
Lawrence has 7 of those 9 points. Pirates balanced. 5 different players have scored, including McNeil. Oh, difficult shot! And it rolls out. Joyner the board, stripped. McNeil spins. Step through. No way! Oh, it bounces out.
A little too powerful, but great move.
Even the Russian judge scores that in 9. And then a block on Fatou. Here's McNeil taking it herself to the bucket. Little transition action.
No backboard necessary. Lays it in. Beautiful finish at the rim.
You get the steal, the block, and the layup.
Talk about a player who does it all.
That's a bingo card filler. Diakite blocked. Weiss another one. Numbers. McNeil, little step through. That's off. Fast pace, second quarter. Lawrence into 3. Finds options. Open 3. Knee hits it. Nia Young from the corner. That's a deep 2. Just couldn't hold those puppies behind the line. Pirates shooting 1 of 5 in this second quarter. Been a slow start. So Gordon attacks. Great dish. Oh, and a block. Gordon has it back. No. And a foul underneath. Every shot's been effective today, Amanda.
What a great pass. Oh, here's this one. Great block, chasing after the ball, running down the court, laying it in. Beautiful. Tough pass, good catch.
Oh yeah, that right big toe. That's why you got to wear a shoe size a little smaller.
Oh, really? Is that the trick?
Who needs the oversized shoes? Here's Joyner, tough catch into a double. Gets it through and bangs it home. The physicality of the Pirates playing a factor today.
And they're actually pushing through that physicality. A couple fouls probably not called because this game is just the way it is and the refs are letting them play. But they're able to push through and get those buckets.
Young bangs in a second 3. The Raleigh native heating up. About an hour away here in Greenville.
That's one thing Charlotte does way better than ECU is shoot that 3 ball. And if they can get that one rolling, this could be a lot closer game.
Back to a 9-point difference. Now with zone defense for Charlotte. Weish explores her options. Into 2. Weish short. Joyner the board. Clock did not reset. And Joyner kicked it. And was that a foul called as well? Oh yeah, I believe so. A foul on Charlotte. So you get a bailout call there if you're ECU. With Joyner then pointing at Rembert.
Yeah.
The officials were confirming who the foul was on. I've never seen a guilty party say, yes, it's on me.
I agree.
Back in your days hooping growing up, did you ever call on fouling yourself?
No. As great of people and women these players are, it's about the game in the moment.
Innocent till proven guilty in the eyes of the referees. So
Great
Joyner
move.
does it herself. These are all bench points for Amaya today with 6.
All Joyner's buckets have been well-earned, well-deserved. Her moves are, she's got moves like Jagger.
She also got moves like MJ. You ever see him back in the day? Great step through Rembert, and then Joyner. Her moves right to the body for free throws.
Take a look at this little move by Joyner to get herself open, better position. Takes a look at her defender, says, all right, I'll size you up. Great pivot, great finish.
Some call her a smooth criminal.
Oh, do they?
Not as slick as Michael Jackson, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. So Rembert, she's asked to tuck in her shirt. It's been that kind of game, though. Everything's been difficult. Charlotte with its first free throws of the game. And Rembert missed it. Charlotte coming off a disappointing loss to FAU, and the offense went dead cold in the second half. Got outscored by 20 in that loss.
Yeah, Coach Consuegra saying they had a mental fog. They had a fatigue hangover is what she called it, and they can't let that carry over to this game with how important each game is now towards the end of the season. Fresh
off that double overtime win Sunday, the legs were a little flat Wednesday, and right back at it here on Saturday. No bigger hangover day than Super Bowl Monday across the country as Mosley dishes it under. That is offensive, yes. So Charlotte takes the charge. By the way, who's your pick? 49ers or Chiefs tomorrow?
Well, I'd rather it be the Lions and the Ravens, but no one cares what I think. I'll go Chiefs. I don't bet against Mahomes.
Hard to bet against T. Swift, her factor.
And Taylor Swift.
Kelsey's average receptions per game when Taylor's in attendance, it goes up like 3 or 4 catches a game. I don't know how that plays in Vegas.
I love that you know that.
If she makes it from Tokyo. Back to a 10-point difference. Trouble hanging on to the ball here for Charlotte. 8 turnovers. Lawrence goes deep, rolls it out. Rebound Pirates. Here's Morgan Mosley. Works off the screen. Charlotte making every paint touch difficult. Joyner through 2. Weish underneath and traveled. What's been the adjustment? How has Charlotte slowed down the paint play?
I think they've been more active. When you have this zone, sometimes it can be stagnant, but they're being more active with their hands, really crashing the paint there.
And Weish with the cha-cha slide. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the officials here explaining something to Kara Consuegra, which will lead to a media timeout. We'll come back, get you all those answers here in a 10-point game in Greenville. This game summary brought to you by Grady White Boats. A slow start for Deja Lawrence, 3 of 9 shooting. And what has East Carolina done? Holding Charlotte to 14 points. They've limited their ability to get things on the offensive end.
Yeah, and honestly, this score could be a little bit different if ECU was actually getting more buckets off of their turnovers. They only have 4 points off of their turnovers. Excuse me. They only have 4 points off of their turnovers, and they've forced 6 turnovers.
Joyner with 6 big ones off the bench, and then you see those points in the paint. ECU dominant early, and Charlotte, despite having nothing going offensively, is only down 10.
Because of Lawrence, who's been able to hit those tough shots.
The band's learning how to dance. Oh, there we go. The officials are reviewing a foul on the previous play. We'll give you a look ourselves. Yeah, definitely a travel there on Weish. Lead officiating crew, Meadow Overstreet, Teresa Stuck, and Crystal Applemaze. By the way, Teresa had some great nails pregame. We were talking to her about how she got herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it, Amanda.
Yeah, it saves money.
These are two programs that do not like each other. Much like getting your nails done on the road. Some people like it, some people don't. And Charlotte has dominated the recent matchups, including that game 5 years ago. It is a new element of the American now with Charlotte and ECU in the league, and both coaches noting that in-state wanting to dominate their near-conference foe.
Well, because that's what Consuegra said that their closest rival was Old Dominion. So now having this in-state rivalry, it brings something to the conference, brings something to, they can check it off on their calendar, look forward to the game, and it means something to the people in these communities.
The return matchups, the final game of the season, March 5th, which makes me think conference standings could be all over the place when those teams met. There are 6 new programs here in the American. What a great year for North Texas right now. Top 25 field goal shooting team and 17-5 in the league. Officials could not find any issues with that previous play. It's anybody's league right now. North Texas, Tulsa, UAB, all 7-3. And play will continue. How does Charlotte get their offense going here, Amanda?
Like I've said before, it starts with Lawrence, but also maybe using her to facilitate shots as well. We've noted that she can help out, assists, and finding people in open spots, and doing this, attacking the paint here.
Houston, tough look, and another block for the Pirates. That's 7 swats. Charlotte maintaining the zone defense. And ECU's only taken 2 threes. They've worked the ball down low. Joyner wants Weish. A little heavy on that pass and a turnover. Now that's the defensive possession you want if you're Kara Consuegra.
Backed up by a great offensive possession, but now you've got ECU that is going to set up in this zone that makes 49ers very uncomfortable. Hopefully they can break it down here.
Keep in mind, Lawrence is 3 of 9 shooting, and no complimentary effort for Charlotte today. Tamia Davis has checked into the game, the Raleigh native, Kansas transfer. Porter with 10 on the clock, gets in the lane. Whoa, huge swat for McNeil. Joyner capping off. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Turnover. Here's Lawrence. 1v2. Advantage. Lawrence on the miss. Porter is fouled. There's a rim on that bucket right now. Charlotte with a couple of free throws.
ECU with 8 blocks. It's the 8th block of the game today.
Had double-figure blocks at Wichita, and this has been all in the first half.
And ECU now in man-to-man. They were in man-to-man that last time, so a different look for Charlotte because they did have trouble with the zone, but now to see if they can use those screens and cuts to find some offense.
Olivia Porter, who was a state champion here in North Carolina at a Chapel Hill 2 years ago. So Bobby Smith brings it up the court for the Pirates, who have not scored in 2.5 minutes. McNeil finds the middle. Great time to Joyner. Little reversal to beat the zone. To a 10-point difference. It's been difficult for Charlotte to get shots off. 8 Pirate blocks, now a steal for McNeil. And she gets after it with 2 more. Give her 8 points, now 4 blocks, 3 assists, doing everything right.
And McNeil's even more dangerous in that man-to-man because she's a great anticipator and she's quick. She's able to see where that pass is going to go. Sometimes the eyes give it away.
McNeil now in the top 5 in the country in steals behind Hannah Hidalgo of Notre Dame, who set an ACC freshman record for steals last week. And she still has a month to go in the season. Good shot fake Busick. Used all the moves to get 2 of her own. There's the first points for J.C. Busick. She's a Greensboro kid out of Kernersville, North Carolina. McNeil. Nice look to Mosley. Off on the 3. everything's been hard in this game. Rebounds, layups, second chances. Nothing has come easy with these two programs.
And that's what you get when you have great defenses, making teams uncomfortable, taking not the best shot, maybe just their first open look that they get, forcing them to take those shots.
Pirates back in this man defense, causing a ton of trouble today. Busick. So Davis backs it out. Tamia to the crossover. Houston with 5's got to go. Great spin. Oh, Houston a bit short. Joyner runs the break. Nearly traveled. That's what Coach Consuegra had asked. Pulled back her appeal. Weish against this dangerous zone. Joyner down low on Busick.
Wow.
I mean, that move to flip her wrist like that, incredible.
I don't even know if she's looking at the basket when she's facing that way, maybe over her back to be able to see the rim, able to finish that way.
On this end, Houston was begging for the ball in the post. Now gets it. Great spin. Houston misses. And a loose ball to the Pirates. Charlotte can't buy a bucket in the paint today, Amanda. Only 6 of them. Good hands, Young, and that goes out of bounds. What have the Pirates done to limit those points in the paint?
They've been active hands, and they've had this woman named Tatiana Weish down there kind of being a wall and a force to reckon with, thinking people can pass it in, and then she's there to take it or swat it.
McNeil with the new career high, or at least season high, 4 blocks, and that's going to keep growing today. Here's McNeil in the middle. Lob Joyner, advantage Joyner. A couple of free throws here for ECU. Joyner has 10 points.
That's her average, so we'll see her extend that average today maybe.
Kim McNeil's asked Joyner to be more active offensively. She's been very involved in this second quarter. And this Pirate defense holding Charlotte 40 points under its average. You see coming in, 24 turnovers. That's among the top 3 in the country, and that's been the key for their success today.
Charlotte's been having to dig themselves out of how they started. ECU holding them to 0 points in the first 7-8 minutes of this game tonight.
And Joyner makes both to extend the lead. Now 12 for Joyner. Charlotte has missed its last 6 shots.
Meanwhile, ECU has hit 4 of its 5.
Uh-oh, turnover Charlotte. McNeil ahead to Joyner, who runs the break. She's got 14 and so active in transition.
Normally your bigs don't run the floor like that, but she's been able to get down, and she deserved that bucket.
Is that Camille Cardoso gearing up for the Brazilian national team this week? What active play there from McNeil. And another turnover. That's 11 forced mistakes if you're ECU's defense.
And that's exactly what Coach Consuegra said they cannot do. That was the key to this ball game, is taking care of the ball, but it's hard when you have a nation leading a defense here.
Holding Charlotte scoreless in the last 2.5 minutes. Now Smith operates. Bobby doubled. Active hand, Charlotte. It'll stay here. Good trap by Fatu.
It's exactly what you want out of your trap, because you got to push them to the sideline. You use the sideline as another defender.
So Davis will exit. Watkins comes in. Joyner. Great find!
Wow.
Oh, the miss. Loose ball and a foul. And that's all the offensive hustle of Weish down low.
We talk about how you can't get very easy shots here, but even the layups, we've seen a lot of players miss because of how aggressive this defense is.
And Weish, like the tallest tree in the forest, just came out with that one. So ECU back to the line for free throws, 9 and 10 today. They did not enter this game as an elite free throw team, but have shot it better, 3rd in the conference in percentage. Goes 1 and 2 there. Last moments for Busick. Porter. Moment. Little trap. Busick. Another block. That's 5 in the first half for McNeil. And she's doing everything right in this Pirate first half.
It's only fitting that this first half ends on a McNeil block. That's all we've been seeing.
And East Carolina on a 7-0 run to end this half.
What a great way to end the half. Charlotte's going to need to figure out a way to get their offense going in the second half.
At ECU Health.
Hello and welcome inside the American Studios. I'm Morgan Uber. Here at the American, we are celebrating the 38th annual National Girls and Women in Sports Day. It has been years in the making of increasing visibility and growing women's sports. And speaking of that growth, one of those leaders, ESPN veteran Sarah Guerrero, overseeing women's college basketball and the WNBA. Sarah, great to have you here. VP of Production, what are some of the goals and tasks that your role entails?
Yeah, thanks, Morgan. I'm extremely excited to be here and excited to see how you guys are celebrating this awesome day. I'll give you a little bit of background about my role just as the VP of production for both college basketball, women's college basketball, and the WNBA, right? The broad oversight of it is the direction of our product, right? So really diving in on our talent and voices as part of both of our products, our production teams, our production personnel, our production workflows, right? Like with this day and age, there's a variety of different ways that we're producing all of these games and studio shows, right? And really just setting the vision and the future of what we want to accomplish with our coverage of women's basketball, right? Again, with both properties. We've seen tremendous growth in the past few years, as everyone will acknowledge here. And so it's my job to sort of assess, hey, what do we want to do with this property? How do we want to make our shows and our coverage on the women's basketball side even more amplified, even more, like just better and bigger and broader? And so that's my task every day, is to figure out how we're doing that from this position.
Yeah, you mentioned that word growth, 23 years at ESPN in this industry. What stands out when you think of the growth of college basketball, especially on the women's side?
Yeah, it's just awesome to see where we are, right? I mean, I've been here, as you noted, 23 years. So I've seen a lot. I've worked on a variety of different sports as part of this event production world. And to see the investment, the intentional resources, being driven into the women's college basketball space right now, it's awesome. Like, I can't say, I mean, I worked on college basketball. It was my first job when I got hired at ESPN to be a temp PA on college basketball. And when I worked on the women's tournament in 2002, right, it just didn't receive the same amount of resources and respect, if you will, maybe, right, that it's now getting. Right now, you can walk into these rooms and talk about what we want to do with our coverage there, and everyone is excited. And before, it was like you just were sort of saying, hey, can we get some highlights? Can we get some coverage? Like, it has changed so dramatically for the best. And I just hope that we, again, just continue climbing and rising and making what we do to cover the sport even more amplified.
To see the full conversation, be sure to visit our YouTube channel. And don't go anywhere, as we have much more coming up for you right after this.
Yeah, we got it, you know we the truth. Tell them to raise up the roof. The greatest is back in the booth. Great, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Hold up, top of the list. I am the latest. Up at the top of the list. Yeah, it's time to get it started. Let's go. Yeah, it's time to get it started.
American Hoop Showcase, Memphis, North Texas, Thursday, 8 Eastern.
It's going great.
There we go. You'll be on TV here in a minute. Point game here at halftime in Greenville. Today, East Carolina Nation and the entire crowd here celebrates National Girls and Women's Sports Day. So we thought, what better than to bring our new friend, 8-year-old Silomina. She's excellent. We got Amanda and Evan here. Okay.
Hi.
So, Amanda, how was your day, and what's been the best part of your day so far?
It was great, and I hope that the Pirates win, and I really love the game.
Yeah, your Pirates are up 8. Now, you also had some popcorn, so I need to know, do you enjoy the popcorn? Is it good? Oh, yeah, we got some popcorn here.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, well, can I have some?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I can't even have some popcorn. Amanda, what do you think of this first half? What's been going well for the Pirates today?
Well, they've had 51% of their points come from layups, so they've been really able to drive in there, get the shot up, and then also draw fouls, and they've done great on the foul shot line. So I think they've been able to really penetrate Charlotte's defense, and Charlotte's having a tough job penetrating ECU's.
So, Amanda, do you have any extra pink shirts I can borrow in the second half?
I only have one extra.
Oh, you have an extra one?
I have one in my bag.
Oh, wait, it may not fit me.
Yeah, it probably won't.
You know what? Let's roll some highlights. We'll figure out where to get some shirts and popcorn, because clearly I'm not coming to your birthday party this year.
Clearly.
And in this first half, the Pirates dominated the paint, Amanda.
Yeah, they were really able to penetrate Charlotte's defense, and a lot of that started out with Tatiana Weish there as well, and they were a force to reckon with in the paint.
Asia Lawrence got cooking, but it was not easy looks in that first half.
I agree. They didn't get a great amount of looks, but Lawrence was able to take some of those tough shots, a couple on 1 foot, and then you had some big drives. They were able to find some quick buckets in transition. Beautiful shot by Nia Young there. They need to get that perimeter shot going again if they want to bring this lead closer, but Joyner with 14.6 of 8 from the field for her. She's been their leading scorer tonight, and she's been a threat there. Look at that move. Great look at the bucket. She's had a couple under the basket where she's thrown them over her head. She's also playing tough defense, but Charlotte finding a way. Just a couple points in the paint for Charlotte tonight. See if they can try to score better, but whew, look at that run. McNeil doing things on both ends of the court.
Well, Silamia, the good news, your Pirates are up 16. They're playing really well, and they've had 22 points in the paint. They're winning the rebounding battle. That's about as good as a first half you could drop if you're Kim McNeil.
Yeah, I mean, despite their three-point shooting, they haven't needed it, considering Charlotte hasn't been hot from the three-point line. But if they can find a way to push through that defense, this could be a closer game.
I'm going to hunt for some popcorn in the next few minutes.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back with the second half with ECU leading Charlotte. Thanks for joining us today, Silamina. I hope you had some fun on ESPN.
It was really fun.
Welcome back for the start of the second half. East Carolina up 16 on Charlotte, looking for their 5th win in the last 6 games. And for Charlotte offensively, it's been a slow start for Deja Lawrence. She does have 7 points, but no easy looks today, Amanda.
Yeah, just 3 of 10 from the field, and she's had to earn every single one of them. She has missed a couple bunnies, but that just goes to show how tough ECU's defense has been, especially down there in the paint. But her buckets have been big in building momentum for this team who desperately needs it right now.
All 3 of those shots were really difficult. And Lawrence, a Greenville native. Meanwhile, for East Carolina, no issues for Danae McNeil today.
Yeah, and honestly, her offensive production has been great. 8 points, 4 for 12, 0 for 1 though from the 3, but it's her defense. This team only averages about 4 blocks per game, and she's got 5 right now. This team has 8 blocks tonight, 9 blocks tonight so far, and it's only the first half.
Keep in mind their season best in blocks is 11, right? So they're bound to break that in the 3rd quarter, and it's led to a lot of transition looks for the Pirates today.
Very quick, easy buckets, which is something that's made this lead what it is.
So Danae McNeil and the Pirates up 16. They actually never trailed in the game. They've dominated this first half thanks to forcing Charlotte to double-figure turnovers.
Yeah, Charlotte had a 3-minute scoring drought to end the first half to see if they can change something up offensively to get better looks.
So Olivia Porter starts with the ball here in the 3rd. Lawrence left alone. Wow, rare miss for Deja Lawrence.
Wide open, plenty of time.
4 of 10 shooting. Charlotte started this game 7 minutes without scoring. It has been hard on offense today. Not the issue for the Pirates. They have 5 that have scored. 14 for Joyner, comes off the bench. There's Tatiana Weiss banging bodies with Rembert, taking it down low and misses. JC Busick in this 3-point arsenal of shooters, only 2 of 6 in the first half. Charlotte came in making 6 threes a game. Lawrence off a tough screen and a defensive foul. That's on Morgan Mosley. A Charlotte team that in this 4 or 5 losing stretch, they've fallen behind double figures in almost every game.
Which makes it more of a mental battle than a physical battle, knowing that you're down by a lot, but you still need to give it your all, not give up.
That was Mosley's 2nd foul. Good look to Houston. Maybe not a block, but nice hands defensively. Those Weiss sisters, it's been hard to get shots up down low. Lawrence gets space. Really difficult look, and Lawrence traveled. How has East Carolina frustrated Deja Lawrence today?
Well, even the open shot she's taken, she hasn't hit them, so there's your mental battle, and then she's going to try to drive it in and take a super tough shot, and instead of kicking it out, forces the travel.
That was the one big advantage Kim McNeil noted yesterday, the size of her defense. Thought it could frustrate Lawrence. And then Weiss the other way gets tripped up. That's a hard foul on Deja Lawrence.
We've had a couple of those today.
This is an in-state matchup. 2 teams that haven't met in 5 years. A lot of physicality.
And 2 teams that want really great success for this season.
If the season ended today, both are fighting for a top 6 spot in the American. And ECU with a win today could vault themselves into the top 4 and possibly get a double bye. Tatiana Weiss having another breakout game. Now 6 points, 4 rebounds, couple of blocks. And the Weiss sisters have combined for double-figure points.
ECU shooting 73% from the free throw line. That's added a lot to this team, taking advantage of every time they're able to draw a foul like that.
No easy touches for Houston down low. Drives into Weiss. Porter doubled. Little kick out deflection. Busick down low. Lawrence. Great ball. Houston into 2. She's got to go. And a foul. Good effort by Houston to get to the free throw line. And that's been the solution for Charlotte in the second half. Feed the ball down low. Charlotte as the team gets to the free throw line almost as good as anyone in the country. LSU leads the country at 30 free throw attempts. But today, only 4 shots from the line.
And maybe that's the difference in the second half. Maybe coach is telling them, don't be scared to drive into the paint. Yes, they've had 9 shots blocked, but if you keep trying, you're going to get yourself to this free throw line, which they have been able to take advantage of this season.
Charlotte is 3 of 4 today. Not many chances in that first half. When you make 16 free throws a game, that's a ton of offense when you only score 60 points a night. It does not come easily today. There's point 20 for the 49ers. Little trap here from Charlotte leads to a turnover. Both teams a bit careless with the ball in these first 2 minutes. Porter, Houston doubled, spins into the trap and draws a foul on Mosley. That's her 3rd.
That had to have been part of the game plan in that halftime speech, because that's all they've been doing is lobbing it in, finding the post player open. Great moves down there from Tracy Houston to get open and put up the bucket.
So East Carolina racking up fouls. That's 3 in the first 2 minutes, and Bobby Smith won her for Mosley. Here, free throws 3 and 4 of the second half. And you're right, Amanda, this could be a huge play if Charlotte's going to crawl back into this one.
It stops the clock, gives them some time. Free buckets.
Houston misses 2 of 4 to start this half, and then Lawrence the steal. Busick gets it back, and a miss. Joyner cleans it up. She's still looking like there's a foul that wanted to be called. McNeil on Lawrence, 2 elite scorers. McNeil blows into Houston. A long rebound, Porter. Porter has options. Goes to the bucket, right into Smith. And a nice 4-point swing for Charlotte.
49ers not scared to drive and put it up now, playing through that physicality.
Derek and Swegler's club playing hard with this trap. Smith breaks it. Joyner lost it. And that'll stay here. This game has surely picked up some tempo in the second half. Bobby Smith, tight catch on Lawrence, who's playing with 3 fouls right now. Gordon doubled, great pressure, and there's the steal. Back-to-back turnovers for Charlotte. Busick down low, and Houston fouled. So Weish called for it. That's her first.
Can't believe this is her first. They've been so physical down there. Trying to deny the pass in.
Talia has 3. Tatiana just got her first, and then Mosley has 3. Here's Rembert. A lot of movement there, no good. Rebound Busick. Lawrence can't buy a bucket in this second half. Missed your first 3. There's so much open court space for Charlotte, they can't find it. Porter to Lawrence. Little step back. That's off. Houston saves it. Tremendous footwork from Tracy Houston.
The senior, doing a senior play. It's a very experienced play, knowing the situation and wanting to get that possession back.
We'll take the media timeout. Charlotte on the offensive glass, making things interesting here in the third. A neat moment last week for East Carolina, meeting up with 98-year-old superfan Ed Kavanaugh. There's Amaya Joyner and Danae McNeil handing off an honorary jersey to Ed, who's moving back to Georgia to visit with his family. He's a longtime supporter of this program. He's been an honorary coach. He served in the Navy, got his undergrad at East Carolina. And talking to Danae this week and Amaya, they were so proud of meeting that honorary fan and sharing some memories before he moves back home.
Super fans are incredible. They're the reasons why programs get to the level that they are. You have to find that support and that love, and ECU's building that here.
Also built a 14-point lead despite being held scoreless the last 3 minutes.
I know, it had 3 turnovers in 2.5 minutes too, playing a little sloppy basketball, but still in this game.
Danae McNeil sitting on 8 points, but her defensive intensity, 5 blocks today, has carried the load. Bobby Smith with it, clock to 6. Smith gets some space. Another miss. These teams are a combined 1 of 10 in the third quarter. Points are hard to come by. So how does Charlotte crack that equation here?
I think they've got to go in. They started drawing fouls early in this second half and getting themselves to the free throw line and slowing down the clock. So we'll see if they can find a lob quickly.
Here's Houston. Good hands and a steal for Danae. Smith. Ooh, Rembert pokes it loose.
Dangerous pass there through traffic.
It has been hard to score points in this third quarter. There's been 6.
We talked about how similar these teams were, and I think that's what happens when you have 2 similar teams. It kind of evens each other out. 5
minutes of basketball, more turnovers than points. This feels like a backyard scrum at times. Active hands there for Rembert. McNeil gets near the lane. Joyner tip drill, no. And then a jump ball. Keeps possession here. This is now a 3.5 minute scoring drought if you're East Carolina. And credit Charlotte here defensively.
I could see Joyner breaking this drought.
Whoa, Rembert's hands, very active. You ever played tetherball as a kid growing up? She swatted that thing right back in her face. Instead, Smith heaves it up, and then Houston knocks it loose. This is like in Kicking and Screaming when Will Ferrell faces his dad in the tetherball scene, and his dad's just smacking the ball right back in his face. And can Coach Will Ferrell figure out a way to win this game? In this case, can the Pirates get the ball in with all this pressure?
There we go.
McNeil finally has it with the clock at 12. Joyner, that's a deep 2. Fights for her board and draws a foul. Nice activity there for Joyner on the glass.
I think this scoring drought does snap with her. She's been able to create shots, but that's not the look she wants. She wants to get it under the rim and put it in and finish at the rim.
We have a 14-point game with Charlotte hanging tight defensively. It's been a defensive showing from the Pirates today, tying their season high with 11 blocks, Amanda.
And these have been highlight reel worthy blocks, huge swaths, and these are some big players going up against each other. And McNeil leading the team in blocks right now. And she's not the biggest one on the court, but she's been able to anticipate, time it really well, and be there when she needs to be.
Danae McNeil had 5 blocks the whole season entering today. She's got 5 of them in one game. You just don't see things like that with that activity defensively.
Hey, rivalry games are different. Different level of play in these ones.
Charlotte, a new member of the American. These teams did meet 5 years ago, but now back in conference play. You can feel the intensity in the second half. It's been all Pirates. Officials were checking a foul situation. Who had how many fouls? Then you go to the book, and then you got to recount manually. This is like renting a car from the airport. It's never easy. Right now, Houston and Lawrence have 3, and then Mosley and Weish have 3 for the Pirates. Okay, the book's in order. Joyner into triple team. Oh, no way. 16 for Joyner.
Triple team, no problem fighting through that traffic. She breaks this scoring drought for ECU.
And more impressively, more points in the paint than Charlotte has scored today.
And I think that's more credit to ECU's defense than their offense.
Porter gets through 2, enters the lane. Lawrence, there's a bucket. 9 points for the Greenville native right here. Local product.
They need more of that from her.
Brought a big contingent of fans. She spent her whole elementary school here in Greenville. Then moved to Charlotte for high school at Mallard Creek. Kaya Miller works off a screen. Here comes a double team. Joyner has it tipped and a steal. 25 combined turnovers today. Porter, the shot fake. That's how you do it to break down the defense.
Pump fake and go. Wide open lane to get to the bucket.
Now a press is on. Joyner's pressured. Nice job breaking it. McNeil into Busick. No. Tip drill goes to Miller. Nia Young couldn't squeeze that ball. Joyner battling with Busick down there. Smith into contact.
Wide
Great
open.
find, and Weish is there. What a pass by Bobby Smith.
Able to break through that press and then able to set up a half-court offense, and look what they got out of it.
They got points, 26 in the paint. And then Houston into a brick wall. Oh, Weish is down, and Busick cleans it up. Oh, and that's not good news. Tatiana Weish is down awkwardly. So they'll bring out the medical team here, including the doctors. We'll take a quick timeout and give you an update on Tatiana Weish as she remains down on the court.
Oh, the shoulder.
Welcome back to Greenville. The good news is Weish is back on her feet. Tatiana looking over with the training staff in a 12-point game. By the way, with that block for Weish, a new season best 12 blocks as a team for the Pirates. Just an awkward end to that play that forced her to exit. Now on this end, where can the Pirates find points? Only 6 in the third quarter and a touch foul on Diakite.
Joyner has been able to accomplish a lot with how active she's been in the paint. You can see them trying to get it to her, but Charlotte's catching on.
Bobby Smith, the lob. Joyner's had a ton of success there and wanted a foul. Turnover forced by Young. Porter all the way to the bucket. No one touched Porter, and she missed it. Joyner's down on the court. Great ball to Miller in transition.
Great pass over the Charlotte defenders. Quick transition bucket for ECU.
Pirates 12 fast break points. That's been a huge factor today. Young. Deja Lawrence quiet in this game, only 9 points, and that's tipped out of bounds. Remember, when Charlotte gets 20 or more from Lawrence, they haven't lost in the conference this year, 5-0.
ECU's done a good job of managing and containing Lawrence. The only shots she's made were very, very hard shots where I'd allow her to take that one more times than not.
No easy looks for the 4th leading scorer in the American. Porter is doubled. That's off and rolls out. Busick the board and one. J.C. Busick. A grown woman moving the paint.
6 rebounds today. And a putback for that one. Could be a 3-point play. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Flex on him here, Jace.
Oh, yeah.
Kara Consuegra said this week, don't be fooled by her small size. She plays big down there. And
6'1".
she might be bleeding.
Oh.
And that's why she flexed on him. It's like the Hulk. You have green, green blood pouring
Battle
out.
Scars. And it has been a battle down there in the paint. I was never a post player, and I'm happy I wasn't. I'd probably be covered with some cuts and bruises.
Credit to the Charlotte athletic training staff for getting her work done real quick. We told you coming in how tight this conference is. 6 teams within a game, and ECU's right in that bunch. But right now, everyone chasing Randy Norton's UAB squad. Mia Moore, fantastic. They had 23s in a win. That's the most in the American this year. Right now in this league, you look 1 through 6. I couldn't tell you who's going to get on a run. Who do you like down the stretch here in the conference?
I like ECU. I'm a big defensive person. I think that if you can slow people down, but they need to control their own ball and their own tempo as well when it comes to offense. I like their power, but UAB, I mean, 23 pointers in a game, that's hard to beat.
They have 6 teams within 1 game. This has madness written all over it. And Busick cuts it back to an 11-point game. A nice 5-0 spurt for Charlotte. Now some ball pressure. Joyner breaks it. Kaya Miller doubled. And the Pirate offense that's been held to 30% shooting in the second half. McNeil. Tough matchup on Young. Into her body, heaves one up and a foul. And that's what Danae McNeil's special, getting to the free throw line.
She's not afraid to draw contact there, going up against 2. Drives, hits the wall, doesn't matter.
And if I'm Kara Consuegra, I could ask that question. There was a lot of contact there, but play continues. McNeil, who crossed 1,000 points in her ECU career just 2 weeks back. And this year, maybe not the prolific scoring of 22, but her ability to put her team on her back has been fun to watch.
It's always nice having a player where you don't know what to do on offense and you can just give it to her and she can make something happen.
She's just under 10, 9 points today. As Porter dribbles through pressure. Charlotte doing a better job of avoiding mistakes until that play. So McNeil runs with it, gets to the free throw line, and there you go. Creativity offensively. So McNeil now with 11. More active hands and a jump ball. Amanda, Charlotte's got to find a way to hang on to the basketball.
Take a look at McNeil's last bucket here. She's up to 11, like you said, Evan. She's been able to do a lot for this team in transition. Pull up, that's a tough shot. That's a pro-level shot there, a little jumper.
More tight pressure from the Pirates and a reach in on Smith. That armbar foul will now put Charlotte in the bonus, so free throws the rest of the quarter. And this was the formula in the third for Charlotte, getting to the line now 6 and 7 times.
They got away from it a little bit just the past couple of minutes, but right out of halftime, they were able to drive in a little more. ECU catching on, though.
And free throws are like sprinkles on the top of cupcakes. You have to have them, and you got to enjoy them. You can't miss them. Bobby Smith is immediately doubled, and a steal. Young takes it away. Porter deep two. That's short. Loose ball. Busick lost it. Here's Danae McNeil ahead of the pack with contact. 13 points and then some for McNeil.
She's had a couple of those pretty ones, able to control herself, although she flies down the court, can finish at the rim. Flying, just flying, but able to control herself in her body. The lay-in, she's had a couple of those now. This arena erupted with that finish.
5 blocks and 2 steals, and then it's fueled her offense on this end. Danae McNeil, number 2 scorer in the American, has picked up her game today. Adds a 14th point. Charlotte struggling against this pressure. Watkins doubled. Rembert dribbling into a lot of traffic. Young the shot fake. And Rembert fouled by Joyner.
Charlotte's got to stay active on offense to wear down this ECU defense and wait for that opening instead of forcing a tough shot.
And we see these players begging with Meadow Overstreet to overturn that call. So Charlotte back to the line. This is where the 49ers are special. Second most free throw attempts in the league. And all of a sudden now with Weish and Mosley with 3, and then Joyner's got 2 herself. That could be an advantage in the fourth if Charlotte utilizes that. Tough ball to Smith. McNeil breaks it. She has time. McNeil misses. And that ends a frantic third quarter. East Carolina up 13 thanks to their superstar, Danae McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil had a defensive first half and now an offensive second half. 3-point play, beautiful finish.
Every great city has a great university. UNC Charlotte is Charlotte's great university. With nationally ranked academics, game-changing research, and trailblazing students with the grit to change the world. We are Charlotte's great university. Come see what's great only at Charlotte.
You know what we doing, we step on the scene, yeah, we got it, you know we the truth. Tell them to raise up the roof. The greatest is back in the booth. Great, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Hold up, top of the list, I am the latest. Up at the top of the list. Yeah, it's time to get it started. Let's go. Yeah, it's time to get it started.
American Hoop Showcase, Memphis, North Texas, Thursday, 8 Eastern.
Another busy day in the American Athletic as we start the fourth quarter here in Greenville. That matchup of Wichita State FAU, I know they're both at the bottom of the league, but that could always be huge down the stretch. And North Texas, #1 team in the conference right now, they're in a grind with SMU, and which makes this fourth quarter, if you're East Carolina or Charlotte, you get right back in the #1 seed picture.
Yeah, the whole game we've been talking about how close this conference is with the standings and how each win matters, and both coaches today know that.
7 teams within 1 game at the top spot. With 3 weeks to go, this thing could be hectic as McNeil goes right to the bucket. And she's found her offense in the second half, Amanda. He's taken over in the second half. Joyner had the 14 in the first half. McNeil now in double figures in the second half. Nowhere to go for Porter. Tipped hands, Smith loses it, and another loose ball. There's Bobby Smith again, and the jump ball keeps possession here. I have to like the activity, though, for Kim McNeil of Bobby Smith. Clock to 2. Here's Lawrence. Does not get it off in time. And Charlotte a bit disjointed to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, unaware of the clock time there. Lawrence hasn't been able to get a solid look. Credit to ECU's defense. All of her shots have been tough shots, but she's going to need to get going if Charlotte wants to get back in this thing.
Held to 4 of 13 shooting in her homecoming. She grew up in Greenville. Not many answers today for this Pirate defense. McNeil. No answers for McNeil in this second half. And 2 more free throws. Her creative shot-making ability. That's a hard thing to translate. Well, there's really no answers here if you're Charlotte.
It's not only her athletic ability, but her vision to find those lanes and move her body around defenders. Charlotte's not doing a great job of containing her in the second half.
McNeil continues a red-hot second half with 9 points.
ECU 12 for 16 from the free throw line tonight.
Have quietly risen up the ranks from as low as 10th now to 3rd in the American in free throw shooting. Everyone trying to catch the best free throw shooting team in the country. It's LSU right now. So more pressure. Open 3. Young is off. Rembert the board. And coming in, that was Charlotte's strength. 25 free throw attempts a game. And instead, a loose ball, last touch by Porter.
Nia Young with a great option there, and she knocked one down in that first half to spark something. They could use a couple big 3 balls to spark some offense here.
Karina Gordon breaks the press. She has not scored today, had back-to-back 16-point games. Here's Joyner, who has excelled off the bench into a crossover. Nice dish to Mosley. Cannot make it count. Joyner the board, cleaning it up. A little flex on him, and that's Joyner's 18th career double-double.
10 rebounds, 18 points for Joyner.
Whoa, that's a foul on Joyner, clearing space. So Joyner with her third. You can tell Joyner plays with a lot of emotion.
But it's how you direct that motion. I think emotion is a big thing.
They'll review if this is a flagrant foul on Joyner, and her activity down in the paint, Amanda, that's been a huge part of this game. We'll take immediate timeout and talk about it when we come back here in Greenville as ECU starts to pull away. Early in this fourth quarter, all East Carolina today, up 19, holding a top 4 scorer in this conference, Deja Lawrence, to 9 points. And Amanda, how about the presence of Joyner and McNeil as that 1-2 tandem?
It's been great. I feel like Joyner stepped up in the first half, McNeil stepping up in the second half, but now you're kind of seeing Joyner step up in the second half too, and which is why you see the score the way it is. 18 points for Joyner, 10 rebounds for her. That's another double-double, and she's had 7 offensive rebounds, more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, able to get her teams to second chance points.
A game summary brought to you by Grady White Boats as Joyner's fueled a 6-0 start to this fourth quarter. All points in the paint for the Pirates. And then Busick dives for a loose ball. That'll turn into a turnover. First half, it was the turnover woes for Charlotte. Second half, struggling to get good looks offensively.
Credit to ECU's defense, but it's also been they need to move the ball around more and make good passes. Diving for the ball. We've seen a lot of effort from Busick tonight.
The slip and slide's only fun in baseball when you douse it and jump on one of those rubber pads. McNeil goes through 4. Mosley trapped. Great ball movement here for the Pirates, who have won 4 of their last 5, largely due to defense. McNeil kicks it. Smith with space. That's off. Gordon left alone. Her first triple and the first 3 for East Carolina.
We were just talking about how she hadn't scored yet this game. She's like, how about this?
That's the missing link for the Pirate offense today. And now Young to the free throw line on a foul.
Just the second 3 of the day, and it comes from Gordon. Beautiful shot on the wing. She's deep. She's out there deep too. Not afraid to put that one up.
And then the Selly. Oh, yeah. Charlotte makes this a 21-point game. What's the adjustment here? How does Charlotte get on a run in these next 7 minutes?
You know, I liked what we saw from Busick. She's been able to be disruptive down there and use her body, very physical player. She had that and one earlier in this half to get things going because Lawrence can't seem to find her rhythm.
Mosley on the doorstep. Great find from the Pirates. ECU is dissecting this zone for Charlotte. And Charlotte can't get a good look against the zone of the Pirates. Lawrence into a double team. Hand in her face, no problem.
2 hands in the face, no problem.
There's 11 for Lawrence. She averages close to 20 a game, held in check.
Maybe she likes the hard shot. She doesn't want it easy, I guess.
That could be the case for Charlotte offensively in this game, shooting 31%. Joyner dancing in the lane. No help. Picks up her dribble. Good ball to Smith.
Great cut.
Not short. Young running ahead. Porter versus Mosley. Great defense. And then Rembert lays it in. Rare transition points for Charlotte today, Amanda.
5 points for Rembert. They need those quick buckets with 6 minutes left to go in this game.
There's a quick stop for Charlotte. The Charlotte team has a double-figure comeback in the fourth already this week against Temple. Oh, and Smith kicks it away. Bobby Smith dangerous with it. Off to McNeil. The extra pass, the difference. 6th assist for Janae McNeil.
16 assists tonight for this team. They have been able to move the ball around, not only to set up their half-court offense, but in transition, finding the open woman, making the extra pass for the bucket.
That's the hockey assist. They count them all the same. And a miss. Loose ball for Charlotte in the lane. Rembert finally draws a foul.
Might need to take another look at this pass because it was so quick. Extra one, no look again.
There have been so many 2-on-1, 3-on-1 opportunities, and today East Carolina's finished those off.
Well, that's what's really run in practice, and that's something that you know. Go to the open person. Sometimes you don't need to take it for yourself.
Charlotte in danger of dropping 5 of their last 6. Winnable game versus Memphis, but a tough road stretch. SMU, North Texas, both in the top half of the league. What does Charlotte need to do these next couple of weeks? Because Kara Consuegas has mentioned it, not playing up to their standard right now.
Yeah, and she said that, there's not a lot of people left from that championship team, so they have to learn how to win in these moments. And I think that stems from experience, just building more reps and having experience in games like this.
That defense will help. Lawrence the steal. Busick a deep 2, hits it. Quick transition bucket for Charlotte. JC Busick's a baller, man.
They might look to get her some more opportunities if she's got the hot hand.
Little double team here from Busick. And a timeout for Kid McNeil. So Charlotte has sped this game up. A little 5-0 spurt. And this is the type of run Charlotte will need to get back in the game.
I agree, and they've been able to catch ECU off guard a little bit, not taking the best shots. ECU shooting 47% from the field. Charlotte up to 33% from the field this half. Joyner getting her double-double in action in the second half. She's been a force down there, playing very physical. Got a couple fouls from that physicality, but for the most part, using it for good. Love that bucket. She got a couple of those. Yep. Back to back right there. And she's been able to move up and down the court for a post player.
Elite playmaking. First double-double for Joyner since middle of January. Has stepped up big time tonight.
This is the time you want to play your best basketball headed into the tough stretch and before tournament time.
Joyner, the backdoor slip. That should be offensive. There you go. That's 3 straight stops if you're Charlotte.
Just a matter of taking advantage of those stops on the other end.
Gordon took the worst of that charge. And now Gordon had a tired shoe, so Porter gets some space. I think that shoelace is still loose. Rembert banging bodies with Joyner. Gets some space and misses. Houston tips it out. Open three. Porter! No. Wow, that's a great look.
They've had a couple of those now.
Charlotte is 3 of 11 from deep. They'll average 7 threes a game, so they can make that shot. Lawrence in the grill of McNeil. Oh, great hands by Lawrence. She's a cockroach. Everywhere defensively.
Quick, speedy hands.
It remains a 15-point game. Joyner bangs into Houston. Oh, no foul. And a bucket there for Joyner. Bobby Smith active on this end. Every time Charlotte wants to push, the Pirates have been there defensively.
Joyner bodying her way in for her 20th point of this game, playing very physical from top to bottom.
Is that a block? Is that a charge? Am I missing something there? Interesting. Either way, 20 points for Joyner. Good hands for McNeil, who's been everywhere. So if you're ECU now, with a win moved to 7-4, they've won 5 of 6. How do you carry this momentum forward the next couple of games?
Well, it was interesting. We were talking to Coach McNeil. She really cared about the rankings. She was telling us that, you know, it's anybody's conference, and she's aware of the parity of this league. And I think you carry it with doing what you've been doing. This defense is something to hang their hats on, and if they keep this intensity up, they could fare well the rest of the season. Forcing
Busick into a deep three, and that defense holding strong. And a foul here on Porter. East Carolina's defense holding Charlotte 20 points below its average. And all of a sudden, with UAB having the day off, a win for ECU puts them within half a game of first place. McNeil breaks the press. Busick again. Oh, McNeil got away with an over and back, and then the travel catches up to her. We told you coming in, 2 elite guards. Now, neither have been efficient, but McNeil in this second half has found her way to get going.
McNeil's been able to make an impact even when she didn't see her shot falling in. She was dangerous on defense and now able to get something going in the second half.
Charlotte's Rembert will draw a foul. It is it's a 15 foul, so free throws here. Might be too little too late for Charlotte, but attacking the bucket. Charlotte will drop to 6-6 in the conference. So we'll be 2 games back of that coveted 4th place. But right now, for Charlotte, you got to find some offense the next couple of games with Memphis and SMU coming up.
Yeah, it can't all fall on Lawrence. As you can see, if someone's able to take away Lawrence in a game like this, then Charlotte's going to have to dig deep and find some depth.
Pirates on their verge of their 3rd straight win, and they've really flipped the script here in February. From a team below 500 just 2 weeks ago, now they're 7-4 with a win today. Joyner doubled. Just dribbles right along through it. There's Weish. Slips and a turnover. There have been plenty of those today. Lawrence the other way. There's Dexter Lawrence. Pardon me, Deja Lawrence, not Dexter Lawrence.
I'm like, did I miss something?
Not the Clemson defensive tackle and NFL standout. No relation, by the way. Good hands from Deja Lawrence there. How dangerous is this Pirate team now, Amanda, with them winning 5 of 6 and rolling in the right direction?
Rolling in the right direction. I like how you say that. Rolling means momentum, and you take these wins, especially in a conference that is tough to find wins, and how close it is, it builds momentum, and you can hang your hat on the things that you're doing well.
Houston gets a steal. Lawrence is not going down quietly. Deja Lawrence, tough look, and that's been the story of this game. 6 of 16 shooting. Every time Charlotte wanted to get on a run, just not enough. Here's McNeil. Gets to the bucket and a miss. Joyner continues her double-double.
22 points.
That's a conference best for Joyner. Busick a little off. Charlotte can't buy a 3 today. 3 of 13. And they're good looks, too. It's not contested threes.
They've had a couple of wide open ones that they normally make.
It's been the Danae McNeil show in this second half. Goes right back to it and a couple more. He's now got 20.
ECU wanted to put this game away.
Pirates a minute away from a 7th win in the conference. They won 11 games last year in the American. Houston down low, misses that shot. And Joyner is fouled after the rebound. And Amaya Joyner, who's come off the bench the last 3 games, she was very productive today.
Sometimes coming off the bench is better than starting because you kind of add that spark. You come in and add something new to the action that's already been happening, and she's been able to do great on the glass and also just getting the ball and making a move.
This crowd congratulating both Danae McNeil and Deja Lawrence, who exit. Lawrence, of course, the Greenville native, and McNeil putting on a show offensively.
This is an ECU team that's well rested. They had a bye week. They're sharper. They're crisper. This is the ECU team we can start seeing towards the end.
A little poke of the pocket for Porter, and then she'll get 2 more. Every basket counts, even late. All of a sudden, this American Conference will have 6 teams within 1 game.
Wow.
With first place, with UAB holding at 8-3, and now East Carolina joining a crowded room at the top.
Every game counts.
Final seconds, Pirates will have to run out the clock. And then Joyner cleans it up for 24.
Awesome pass, great assist there from Gordon.
Late 3 for Thiel, and she hits it. Caroline Thiel, the Rocky Mount product, with a huge contingent today. That being said, a huge game for East Carolina. Wins in 5 of their last 6, and the Pirates are rolling here in the American after a 14-point win over Charlotte.
Yeah, and putting up 70 points tonight, too. This is a team that isn't huge offensively, but they were able to use their defense, get fast break points, get out in transition. They had 22 points off of turnovers, 22 fast break points. Just incredible quick buckets to keep momentum rolling.
What a performance from Joyner and McNeil. 44 combined points, and they took over this game. Danae McNeil was rolling early for the Pirates in a game where ECU needed some offense. McNeil was fantastic. We're getting Coach Kim McNeil over here in a second, but you see Danae McNeil just having herself a second half with those 20 points. And great news, not only do we have Silamina back, we got Coach Kim McNeil. Kim, in that second half, what did Danae do to take over this game and get your team the win?
Same thing she's been doing the last 5 or 6 games. You know, just not being denied, refusing to be denied. You know, they were trapping us on ball screens, jumping us, trying to take us out of our offense, and I thought she just did a really good job of not being denied.
That was a feisty, physical game. What does that say about your team to pull out this dominant win?
You know, we knew coming in it was going to be a physical game. Charlotte is extremely physical. They're very similar to us. You know, they got Lawrence, who averaging 20 points a game. Danae averages 20 points a game. You know, Tracy Houston is a force in the paint. We got post in the paint. But what I'm the most proudest of tonight is Talia, Tati, and Mama came to play. That's what I've been wanting from them all year long. That's what I envisioned when I put this group together this year, was those 3 dominating the paint and just controlling the paint, controlling the boards, and they were the aggressors tonight.
Not only aggressive, but dominant from the start.
Yes.
You hold Charlotte scoreless for 8 minutes.
Yes.
What did you like about your defense today?
You know, just playing together as a unit. You know, we are continuing to get better. We still got some things we need to improve upon, but I feel like we're working more as a unit. We've got each other's backs. We had 12 blocks again. You know, we had 11 the other day. So, you know, we're doing a really good job of playing as a unit.
Okay, Kim, we also have Silomina here.
Okay.
She's 8, and she wants to ask you a question.
What you got?
What does basketball mean to you?
Oh, it's all I know. It's my life. You know, through basketball, it's taught me so much. It's taken me to so many different places, and it's allowed me to be a mentor for young women like yourself.
When did you start basketball?
I think I started when I was like in the 4th grade. I have 2 older brothers, and they really pushed me and encouraged me to be the person who I am today.
What did you like about what the team had today?
I thought we were extremely physical. I thought we were the more physical team. I thought we had a lot of winning plays, and I thought we played together as a unit.
Do you think Coach Kim could have some of your popcorn? You didn't let me have it earlier. Maybe Coach can get some.
I don't know about.
Well, thank you, Silomina, and thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Great win
Thank you.
today.
Go Pirates.
Celebrating National Girl and Women in Sports Day today here at ECU. Dominant display from the ECU Pirates. 14-point win, and all of a sudden, East Carolina right back in the playoff picture for the #1 seed. Great day of basketball here in Greenville. McNeil and Joyner combined for 44 points for our great crew with Amanda Poole and Will Bailey leading the show. I'm EvanBudrovich. We'll see you next time from Greenville as the Pirates win it over Charlotte.